He doesn't like it. He doesn't even want his food because he's got his jacket and his gloves or shoes. But you can lift him up with the jacket, so that's amazing. See? Dog and owner looking the same. Alexa, I'm leaving the house.
Exit delay started.
See? Voice controlled. Just another day in paradise. And by paradise, I mean snow. So I decided again, it's Sunday, and I should go out, because yesterday was Saturday. I didn't leave the house all day. Today I decided I should go again to a coffee shop, sit there and do some work, and get out of the house. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful snow. If you're wrapped up properly, you don't feel cold. And that's the thing with winter. It's not that cold. In summer you can get naked and you're still hot. Yeah, I'm out of breath because of this heavy dog. And I'm out of shape. Oh. Okay, you can't see my McDonald's milkshake. It's not there, just pretend it's invisible. These days, every day I leave the house, I put the car into off-road mode. It raises the suspension, switches on the engine so it's not pure electric. It doesn't do anything really because I don't need it in this area, but since I have a four-wheel drive SUV, it makes sense to put it into an off-road mode when you're going through a country lane covered with snow. It's just how it's meant to be. I know, there is no point, but I thought since I have this feature, I need to use it at some point, so it's not just what they call in England a Chelsea tractor, an SUV used to take your kids to school. No young kids to take to school, luckily, but I'm in the countryside, my lane is covered in snow. Let's get some light in here. It's very interesting when people tell me, oh, you live in Sweden, isn't it dark all the time? Like, no, I don't live in the North Pole. I live in the lower 1/3 of Sweden, which is just like the UK, except that we get snow in Sweden and UK doesn't. So, other than that, it's exactly the same. The sun rises at 8:30 in the morning and sets about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And while it's daylight, it's really white because it's completely snow-covered everywhere and the light is reflecting off it, so it's really white and bright. So I don't know what people are talking about, the darkness, because this is December and it should be as dark as possible because it's almost the shortest days of the year. Another good feature of this car is the preconditioning of the interior climate. So when you're in this kind of weather, when it's -5 outside and the car is out frozen in the garage or in a carport or even open, you can just warm it up before you get in. And what I do is I usually set my departure time to say this is when I'm going to leave, and the car preconditions, which is really nice because you come from a warm house into a warm car, and especially that this is a hybrid it doesn't switch on the engine. It uses the electric power to warm up, and because it's plugged in while it's there, it's using the power from the mains to warm up the car. It's quite handy, quite nice, good feature. I had this in my Audi, I think, and also in my Range Rover, the Audi RS4, but they would obviously start the engine because the cars were not hybrid, and that would be just standing there burning fuel, polluting, especially if it's in your garage, whereas this thing, no problemo. So the country roads in Sweden are covered in snow, but because cars are going over them, it's compressed the snow and there is a decent road grip with winter tires. The other good feature in this car that I'm utilizing at the moment is constant all-wheel drive, because normally it uses the engine to drive the front wheels and then electric motor to drive the rear wheels. But like I said, since I have it, I need to utilize it. What's the point of having it if you don't use it? And I'm boiling now inside the car. I've set the temperature to 23 degrees and I think it's maybe too hot. Plus I'm wearing 5 million layers. So I had to take my jacket off because I think I overdressed for this weather, because I'm wearing my skiing jumper, which is 100% wool and really warm, and then I put a jacket on and the car is obviously 22 degrees inside, so I was dying. But now I'm feeling a bit better. I've turned the heating down, taken the jacket off, and away we go. You might be wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses. Because the whole area around me is white, completely white, and there's the glare from the sunlight reflecting, and even though it's cloudy, but it's really bright, so you have to wear sunglasses when you're driving or you feel that your eyes are being dazzled by this whiteness. So much for the dark days and endless nights in Sweden, people. I reached the end of the road, and obviously you know the wall in the Game of Thrones. That's the wall over there. On the other side, there are monsters. Wow. Okay, I have to show you this. There's a bridge, a drawbridge that's opened up. That's a huge boat. So it must be very deep here, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. And we have a road again. This is the road, and then on my left hand side, what looks like a big, I don't know, lake, fjord, reservoir, but I'm going to Narnia by the looks of it. This is such a beautiful country, and the snow especially makes it even more beautiful. People actually live in this winter wonderland. Look at this. Wow. So beautiful. All the houses are white. Must be some rule to have all the houses in white to have the same color. But wow, this is definitely Santa country. And someone has put a massive big Santa outside their house. Suddenly I feel like I'm in America. Every town that I drive through is so beautiful. It's like a fairy tale.